Hello everyone, odedex here, welcome to episode 135 of my Student Let's Play. So at the ending of the previous episode I started placing down those suspended rails from Railcraft, replacing all those small going upwards and downwards little hills that I had here. So I replaced all those blocks using those suspended tracks, which can be, as the name suggests, be suspended, except for two blocks. Now, it's actually something that I noticed in the previous episode. Suspended tracks cannot be placed in corners, but they kind of have a default orientation to go from east to west. So also using some basic track rules, when a card goes through a track and it kind of lands on a track it doesn't really recognize, it simply keeps on going. And it works. Like, there is no better explanation to this than simply seeing that it works. However, as you can see, I still have two of those remaining because since the default orientation goes from east to west, and I actually cannot even try, like, you know what, let me even show you an example on what exactly do I mean on the default orientation. Let me get some of those spare tracks, suspended tracks. Crafted a little bit too many. And there is a problem right there, by the way, I'll get to it, don't worry. As you can see, if I'm going to try and replace, say, this block, and say, okay, so I want this track to go from here to over there, so first let's place this track, and then place the suspended track, and once this is already set, let's set up this track. Oh wait, this changes. So it's kind of something in the, I guess, in the coding of that block to make it kind of act strange, but it is kind of a unique block, the suspended track. You can see it's also connected to the track. You can't break the track without breaking the suspended tracks connected to it. It's kind of a unique block. So really, I still kind of have no solution to these two turns, those two sharp turns, this one and this one. But except for that, it looks a little bit nicer. Although not entirely 100% uniform, because those two are kind of standing out, but I think it's relatively okay. Okay, so to the interesting part. I have no clue why, but my mushroom farm kind of went a little bit crazy. First, it went one block further away, and you can actually see that my logic is kind of locked in a loop where it's trying to reset itself, because it's not resetting this toggle, because this one came off. Anyway, the problem is exactly why I have this here. The layer of block breakers went one block too low and broke everything here, and you can exactly see why do I have this block kind of pointing outwards. Now, I clearly collected most of the things. Actually, most of the things were actually collected by the block breakers and went back to my storage system, but I had to pick up all the mushrooms and the bone meal inside the deployers. But this is still a problem. Now, why it happened, I really don't know. There is something, however, kind of I should note. In the previous episode, my FPS kind of went a little bit too high, as if I don't know, like my game fixed itself for some reason. Now the client, the modpack didn't update yet. By the time this episode released, there may be a newer version of Darrow 20 pack, newer than 5.2.1. However, by the time of recording, it still didn't update, so there is no mod update pack. I don't know, something has changed, kind of caused some things to act a little bit strange. And moreover that, you guys know I'm playing on a single player world, but I know some blocks fail to update correctly. Like, I'm opening the door, you can see it kind of acts really strange. Now, I have a feeling what's the problem. I had kind of a similar problem previously, where block updates weren't updating correctly. And actually, let's go give it a try. I had that problem when I tried to use Thumbcraft mining while unloading a chunk with a node. Now, right here, I have a golem, which is still an iron, it's still a wooden golem. Let's actually give it a try. Let's check something. Let's bring some goggles, some thematic goggles, so I can actually pick up where the ore node is there. Now, as far as I understand, as long as the golem doesn't take any damage, you shouldn't even try to access the ore node. But that's the only valid explanation that I can try and think of, because this is also had happened only since the last episode, and the only thing prior to that was pretty much me finishing the Yeah, okay, so something is happening. You can see that the ore node is depleted. I'm not sure why. Oh, wait, actually I know why. All the iron golems... Okay, I'm going to try and find a solution. This is gonna have to delay my ghast farm, but just as the ghast farm is a part of my new farming network, so is this ender farm. So let's try and fix this. Okay, let's go ahead and quickly turn off this farm. Oh, I don't have a lever here. No, I don't even have one on me. Okay, let's try and get rid of the usage of a golem. Yeah, you can clearly see the world is kind of unloading really slow. This is pretty much the same side effect that I had previously when there was some kind of a vis usage in an age with an unloaded ore node. And I'm pretty sure it's unintended. I'm quite 100% sure that Azenor probably just didn't think about something like that, and I'm pretty sure there is obviously no way around it. Either way, let's turn off the farm. And why am I not collecting? I'm not picking up any aura information. What the hell? Okay, I want to get to that age in a stable state where I'm actually... Okay, for some reason I'm not picking up any aura information when I should. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's get rid of all those excess endermen. Okay, now the thing is, I don't know about this golem if he actually requires an ore node to operate. It still works clearly because I'm collecting the ender pearls, but however, let's try and find a different way to make this work without breaking too much. Let me get rid of those suspended tracks. I don't need them on me anymore. Explained my point. Wrong place. Let's get a bunch of cobblestone. And let me get my infinite water source. Then we're also going to try and get a transposer. Now this is something I'm going to try here for the first time. It's not something I've tested before, so it may end up not working. But my plan is to pretty much, instead of using a golem, just have all the endermen... Actually, I wanted to bring something I forgot. Actually have all the endermen simply drop on that layer of water, die, and let all the water flow into the same point in the center, which will be a transposer, which will automatically collect everything. Let me get a thermometer. Actually, I want to try and realize where is that the nearest ore node in that age, to that farm at least. The thermometer helps with that. Okay, so it points towards... Okay, over there. Okay, roughly about here, yeah. Okay, it's clearly... Okay, there is something somewhere around here. It's clearly empty. Let's try and find another aura. Okay. And they should start recharging one another. Yeah, this one starts to deplete, meaning this one should start recharging. Or not. Let's try to find another one. Ooh, a library. Nice. I like the fact that the weight simply kind of floats in the air. Let's see what's inside. End world, sure, I'll take that. Normal sun. Taiga Hills, I've got that. Spontaneous explosions, I've got that. Skylands, I don't know, let's just collect it. And Frozen. Extreme Hills, don't know if I have that. Shrubland, let's go. And okay, I've got the rest. Okay, so those ore nodes clearly start... Oh, I have no clue where to go. Where? Okay. They start to deplete, however, it doesn't seem like this one is recharging. Okay, anyway, let's try and find a different solution other than what I had so far. So let's first get rid of this golem. and I hope it won't be one layer too high, but we'll see. So have the transposer looking like this, and I'm actually, okay, instead of doing that, let's do this. So break this, and have another layer here. And simply have the chest right there, and this right here. Okay, and let's remove this chunk loader. Place it right here instead. Same default options. The ore node is still not recharging. I don't like that. Although there shouldn't be any vis consumption at the moment anymore, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, and let's have something, let's go like this, that water flows for 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a Soros block. So if I build something like this, let's quickly have a small test, just to see that the water indeed flows the way I expect it to. If it goes like this, oh, come on. Although no, I have to go from the corners actually, I cannot go from the sides, so I'm gonna need to do something else. Okay, let's get rid of this and do something like this. How does this look? Ah, come on. Okay, I'm gonna create a small platform here and I'll be right back. Okay, let's try this like this. So pretty much I didn't change anything, I simply added an edge, and let's see if that's the right size. Yep, perfect. So one here as well, one here as well, and one here as well. Now the thing that scares me actually is now that the Enderman can teleport on those platforms, so let's have a quick look. If I turn the trap on, what's the result? Okay, they don't... Well, it still works. Kind of. Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's working. Silly as it may be. Well, yeah, okay, sure, I'll take that. It takes longer, but it still works. Basically, Endermen hate water, and water kills them. Now, they still teleport kind of to the edge. However, that's kind of, I think, a good way to get rid of the need for golems. Let's actually see if the lag is fixed now that I don't have a golem in here. Nope, it's still kind of laggy. I'm not sure what's causing that. That's actually interesting. It's really annoying though. Okay, so although I might still be wrong, and it has nothing to do with the Thaumcraft aura and stuff, I want to still give it a try. So let's take... I do have a couple of batteries here which start to get full. I should have a full one somewhere. I'd like to take it, if I can find it. Okay, I have those two here. Let's take this one which is full. And remember, when you break them, it stores the information. Let's try and kind of artificially recharge that node there, because which for some reason doesn't recharge from the nearby nodes. So let's kind of load it. Whoa! Compass is going crazy. Okay, let's try to recharge it, so just place it here. It should start losing aura. Okay, there we go, it kind of recharges. Okay, so there is something going on here. Okay, so now it starts to recharge. This hadn't happened before. Now they're kind of talking with each other, the aura nodes. This one is empty as well. I think what I've did with the golem here had worse implications than I thought. Okay, so this slowly makes things kind of move around. This one, there was another one right here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. This one isn't doing anything though. Well, I'm gonna let it do its thing for a little bit. It kind of tries to recharge, although not really. How is the world acting right now? Yeah, it still has this failing to update lag kind of thing. And I have a feeling that that's the reason my farm broke right there. Like, I guess at some point, like, a signal should have gone through, but didn't. It kind of failed to update because, yeah, you can also see everything kind of looks strange. Something is going on. Something in my save file is kind of making everything else go crazy, and that's the only real thing I can think of. And yeah, okay. Trying to think of better ways to try and recharge this. Okay, let's try and get some of those crystal clusters that I have right there. That's not doing really anything because I'm kind of full on aura. Yeah, you can see I'm breaking things, they're not updating, there's a problem. Alright, so it's possible I may have been wrong all along. I did bring all those crystals here as well. Either way, I decided to place a spot loader right above a node. There is a node right below me at the moment. And it seems like it really likes interacting with the node right there. So for the time being, I'm going to leave it as is, with this battery right here and those crystal clusters trying to regenerate the aura. With the spot loader over there as well. It kind of looks silly, but so far it's fine. But I also tried removing Optifine. Now, the thing is, now that I removed Optifine, things seems to work properly. Doors update, redstone signal update, when I place blocks they actually show up. You may remember in the previous episode I placed a fabricator right here and it simply did not show up. I don't know. The thing is, the entire thing is just started happening abruptly, those game lags. But now that I removed Optifine, it seems to be doing fine. Maybe it's a combination of a couple issues. Either way, right now I'm playing without Optifine. And things are back to normal. So yeah, I'm at the moment back to vanilla Darwolf 20 pack, no Optifine, so it's as is. And I can hopefully now get to actually fixing this. So let's get started fixing this. I'd like to get this done by the end of this episode at least, and get something else done as well. So let's get started. So yeah, the thing is though, yeah, that now my game will start lagging every so often because the client simply cannot really comprehend all the information that's going on, which Optifine usually had fixed so far, but yeah, now things get funny. Especially when I come right here. Are my bees making things go crazy? I did turn off the bee particles. I turned off the bee particles, so I don't know. Okay, anyway, going to get used to it or just find another solution. Either way, let's get started. So, I'm going to need a lever. I need a couple of levers, and I'm going to need all sorts of things that probably were broken while the things went mad. So let's look at the item count and can pretty much come up with what has been broken. I'm pretty sure a wireless transmitter has been broken. And I've got a couple of those grass blocks. Let's get rid of them, they don't belong here. Block breakers, not really. Probably... Okay, let's just go ahead and take a look. Okay, so first, before actually setting up the actual circuit, let's try fixing this. So first, turn this toggle off to keep this locked. Or actually get to the state where it's kind of in a basic position. Like now. Okay, this is the most basic position. And apply one frame because I'm gonna need to use it. And apply some redstone signal to pull the entire frame contraption up. So keep applying signals. Okay, and I think two more. It will basically not rise once it cannot rise. Yeah, okay, there we go. So this is the basic position. So first, let's restore stuff. So I'm gonna need an add gate. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and actually do this off screen. You guys know how this is built, and I'm simply gonna continue recording when I'm actually gonna apply the changes. So be right back. Okay, so I think I've got this fixed. It may look a little bit different. I didn't use anything as a reference and just built it back from my mind. I brought back the level emitter, so it still has the same functionality. But now let's actually build some sort of a safe mechanism. So it's gonna complete the process, but before it does, let's actually take a measurement of what's the lowest point. Okay, so that's the lowest point. It will never go below that point. So what actually I want to do is kind of some trickery, and by the way I added the wireless access point here. What I want to do is add some trickery to make sure that no matter what, it won't even by accident try and go down when it shouldn't. Now, kind of by design, or not exactly by design, I already have an upper limit. Because I have a wireless receiver here and a block here, same for the jacketed wire by the way, this is already an upper limit. If for some reason the frame tries to go up, it simply can't. It's connected to a block that is blocked. So this is kind of an upper limit, kind of not really by design, but more like an accident. But let's add another limit, however this time by design. So let's do it something like this. So I'm going to need some frames. It may look kind of silly, but trust me that when it will be working, that will be the good stuff. So what I want to do is get, let's have this in here, this block here, and have a pillar of blocks going like this here. So if the let's see it running. So the farm goes down just like a normal. It goes down, it breaks what it breaks, and when it reaches that point, even if it will try, it won't be able to go any lower, because that dirt block will be blocked by those pillar of blocks. So that kind of acts as a fail-safe mechanism, just in case, no matter what happens, it will not be able to do what it's trying to do. So even though I don't really expect this happening again, since I wasn't even expecting it happening the first time, that kind of complete failure, at least now I know for a fact that even if it tries to happen, it won't manage to. So I like the fact that it doesn't update when you're too far away, but it is updating when you're nearby. That's the lack of Optifine. Okay, so that farm is hopefully fixed. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to do today, even though I really wanted to complete the guest farm today, those issues with the game world kind of problematic, will make me have to delay to the next episode. Again, I don't really know if it was a result of the Thumbcraft nodes or whatever being unloaded or reloaded, but I'm gonna keep the ender farm looking like this. It's still doing its job. It's still giving me ender pearls, so that's no problem. What I'd like to do is actually set up an upper limit to seeds. However, if I would have done it any other way, like any other method that I've done so far, it would have been quite boring. Like, why would I even talk about it? Because what's the problem simply adding some sort of mechanism to dump all the extra seeds? More than 4,000, right? But what I'd like to do is actually use something from Railcraft. So let's get to it. Okay, so what I'm interested in is something called the holding track. The holding track is an interesting track. It basically will do as the name suggests. It will hold your cart in place unless it receives a redstone signal. When it receives a redstone signal, it will let it go. This will simply act like a booster track, I think. However, when you use Steve's carts, it might not be working. Now, actually, you know what? I'm not 100% sure, but because I'm kind of like doing this stuff a little bit more complicated and interesting, let's use the holding track because it's kind of a more interesting concept. So let's get 6 advanced rails, a wooden rail bed, pressure plate, and some redstone. I hope I have what I need. Yeah, I'm going to need 1 wooden rail bed, 8 of those special rails. I'm going to need 8, I'm going to need 6. We'll have some spare ones because of it, but okay, I'll manage. Let's put this in here. I need 8, not 8, 6. And place this in here. So there'll be some access rails in here, but overall should be just the same. So 6 of those rails, the wooden rail bed, a pressure plate, and redstone. Let's get the pressure plate and some redstone. So redstone, and for pressure plate I'm going to just normal stone. So this, oh wait, no, this. And I can go ahead and make a holding track. Now I'm gonna make 16, I only need 1, but there is not much I can do about it. And with that rail track, with that holding track, I'm going to need, let's see, an ME level emitter. So let's have just one. And I'm just going to need a bunch of cables. So let's get the level emitter, a bunch of cables, and get the night over. Okay, so very simply, the idea here is to have this cart or this track running right before the place where it actually loads or unloads whatever it does. And simply, well, I'm gonna simply have to lose this farmland. I have not much choice about it. And place a level emitter facing this way or this way, like this, that will emit a signal when I have less than 4096, the usual 64 stacks number that I like to use, and connect it to the network. Right now you can see it's actually working because I do have more than that. I do have less than that, sorry. I have 4032. However, if I steal some seeds from here actually, because I already have an excess. If I steal, for example, this stack in half and dump it in here, the next time the cart comes around, this track will be unpowered, meaning that the cart will simply stop. It won't run, it will simply stop and will basically stop farming. And this has two major implications. Basically, I'm not farming when I don't need any more seeds. And the cart, and the thing is, I'm stopping it here because this way, the moment, right at the moment where I'm actually dropping below my higher cap, right at that moment, the cart will dump whatever it has and continue running again. Now the only drawback though is because Steve's carts and Railcraft aren't kind of aware of each other. If for example, I'm gonna break the cart and actually place it right here. Simply let's assume it skipped the entire track and place it right here. What's going to happen? I wanted to go to this direction though, I hope it's fine. Usually it comes towards you when you place it. Oh, it went towards the other direction. Okay, so let's place it like this then. No. It really hates me. Okay, I think it will be fine now. What will happen basically, it will stop, it will indeed stop, that's kind of something which is obvious, but the solar engine will try and keep running. So this is kind of a drawback to that system. So at the moment I'm gonna let this run because it's actually even gonna keep wasting fuel over time. I'm still gonna let it run for the time being. I may change my mind eventually, but I'm gonna keep it as is. If it appears to be way too simply not worth it, I may simply decide and go for this seed into void pipe solution. But for the time being, I really like this solution more. It's more logical. It basically keeps the track from moving when it's not. The only drawback is that it's not supposed to waste any energy, while it still does. So maybe there is actually a way to manage that. I'm not really sure on how. Maybe there's a way here to tell that when to continue going, change, continue. Now I want to continue going forward. Yeah, well, I'm not exactly sure if there is any other method other than that, but I'm gonna keep it like this for the time being. And you know what, since I'm at good spirits with blocking all those farms, which I really enjoy doing it, to be honest, let's cap even my cow farm. So I'm gonna need 2 level emitters for that. I'm also gonna use an end gate. This will actually even have good implications other than the obvious not making the farm work, because if I can let all those experience orbs despawn and not spawn anymore, that might be having actually a good effect on my world and not dropping in the FPS. So let's do that. So I'm going to check to have both of those products full. I don't want to have only one and the other one on half mount or something. So let's do something like this. Let's break the center block and get some jacketed wire and alloy wire. So alloy wire and jacketed wire. Yeah, right exactly at the center of my processing room there is a spot, there is a void zone of dropping to 10 FPS, which is simply unexplained. Okay, so let's have red alloy wire here. Actually not, I don't recall, is this farm a tier 5? Oh, it's a tier 4. Okay, let's upgrade that using the same method I did with the gusts first. So let's take, should have some useless. Yeah, I have this tier 2 cow which has no use, this angry zombie which has no use, and this zombie one which has no use. Let's upgrade all of them together to have a higher cow shard. Okay, I'm going down anvil for that though. Okay, so let's take the soul shard, the tier 4 cow soul shard, and simply apply this tier 2 one, and also apply this angry zombie one. Actually, I can keep the angry zombie, simply apply this shard and turn it into tier 5. And I have to use tier 5 because tier 4 are not affected by redstone signal. And the entire idea here is to have an effect of redstone signal. So let's reinsert it. It will, for a second there, create a bunch of those. A bunch of those cows. Come on. Give me a room here. Whoa, those golems are annoying. Okay, so it will for a second create a bunch of cows, but it's gonna be turning off momentarily. So some alloy wire connected like this, some jacketed wire connected like this. This is alloy wire, and this is an end gate, which will have 2 signals disabled. Let's disable this signal on the left. And right here, 2 level emitters. 1 and 2. And they will be checking for each one of those products. If I have more than 4096 of raw beef and more than 4096 leather, emit a signal. And if this end gate emits a signal, it turns off the spawner, and let's just connect it all together to the network. So this will be here, here, and here. Now, one of them doesn't emit a signal because I have some of those things on me at the moment, so let's get rid of them. 1 and 2. Now both of them should emit a signal, and the spawner should be turning off. Now there are still some existing cows here, but no more will spawn. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so fix this farm and set up 2 ceiling caps on 2 farms. So hopefully we'll make them a little bit more efficient, hopefully. Don't really like the fact that this keeps using fuel even though it's standing still. There probably is a way around it, but I don't know. Alright, so as always, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully in the next time I'm gonna build the ghast farm.